Yes, why? Why did you have to remove the centralized resource? It made this process annoying. Hey guys, I'm Rod the Fox and welcome back to From the Depths. Today we are going to be finishing up on the Dreadnought, just doing some final touches, and then we're going to be starting on the next craft for the fleet, and I'm not quite sure on exactly what I'm going to do next, but my thoughts have been leaning towards the cargo ship more so than the repair ship, because given how long this one took, I kind of want something simple. Because making the repair ship for the fleet, that's gonna require some planning. What the hell is up with this music? So basically now all I need to do is put in stairs for the doorways here so I can have them connected up to the hallways in here. Where are they? Is it me or did they add new music? Wait, there's a doorway right here. What is this music? I never heard this before. I mean, it's interesting. I just never heard it before. This sounds like Viking music. That's the type of vibe I'm getting from this right now. Which ain't a bad one. Oh, damn. Okay. Wow. I was thinking of like having the hallways hook up down here as well, but that would be a little bit difficult to do given the position of the hallways, and plus the hallways already connect up in the front section, so it would seem kind of redundant for me to do that, because I mean, well, I do want this to be convenient for people to like walk through the ship, but I also don't want it to be potentially redundant either and just overdo things. All the stairs for the pathways here are now installed. Okay, I got 4 helium pumps, 1 helium pump installed for each of these hallways. And it seems to have made a difference. It seems like it is flying up a little bit better. I got all the stairs put in place, and I even added a few more pistons here for the steam engine to help try and solve the engine problem. And it does seem to help out a bit. As you guys see, like, it is fluctuating, like it's going up and down instead of just going down. But as regards with trying to get this thing up to 600 meters, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Because, like, I honestly think I built this too big. Even though I trimmed this down, I still think this is too big. But, I mean, like, this flies, this works, and I mean, it does what I wanted to do. And there's not really much other than it dipping up and down that it does. But, in hindsight, that can also be a benefit. Because a ship that shifts up and down this much can make it harder for ships like with crime cannons, even advanced cannons, to hit, because instead of it flying straight along a straight plane, it's bobbing up and down, so it's going to make it harder for it to hit. So I think this ship is officially done. I mean, it's officially finished, but now it's time to restart the designer and start working on our cargo ship. And I think I know what I'm going to do with this ship. Now, I want you guys to remember that this ship and the next one is going to be completely unarmed. There's going to be no weapons put on these whatsoever. And I'm probably going to be using something lightweight, like something like lightweight alloy, or I'm probably going to be using metal by keeping that cost down, because what I'm going to be using for its engine power is these, the RTGs. And I know these are expensive, but they're free to run, which means I'll be able to store more resources into the cargo containers that I'm going to be putting on this without having them being spent that. Because with these two ships, every single ounce of cargo that they carry is crucial. Because this ship is what's going to fuel the other ships so they can keep flying and fighting. And the repair ship, that one is going to repair the other ships. So it's going to need as much resources as it possibly can get. So that's why I'm not going to be using any fuel engines. I'm not going to be using any steam engines. I'm just going to be going with pure RTGs and electric engines. And how well this is going to work? This shouldn't be too bad, considering that this is just RTGs and batteries. And I kind of used this setup before, but it's been a while, so let's hope I can actually pull this off. And you guys are probably wondering, just what resource storage am I going to be using for this? These. Because these hold the most amount of resources, and I can easily get... I'm probably going to go so far as probably this, maybe even more. Because I need to make sure that there's enough resources on this so it's able to fuel all the other ships. Because this ship, come to think of it, isn't only going to be fueling the combat ships, but it's also going to be fueling the medic ship as well. And that's going to be a lot of resources that's going to be used up. So I think this will do for now, but I will add on more cargo containers if needed. But I'm going to see what I can do about getting a body, or at least the shell of the body constructed. I'm going to actually make the interior with wood, give it some EMP protection, and I'll get back to you guys once I have more of a concrete structure to work off of. And some of you guys are probably wondering, why am I giving this so little armor? Especially with this not having any weapons. These aircraft are going to be far in the back. So these are going to be in the match, but these are the ones that's going to be way in the back, out of harm's way. So I'm not going to need very much in regard of protection on these, though I might put on some shields or something like that to help protect it. And since that there's not going to be any weapons on this, I'm not going to need any detection equipment or anything like that. I think the more I look at this, oh, I got an idea. Now, I had this idea before, and I tried to work it out. It kind of worked. It kind of didn't. So I'm going to see if I can pull it off here again and see if I can actually get it to work better this time. Well, I hope I can anyway. I need to be careful what I'm doing here, or I could very well screw myself. Okay, I decided to double the length of cargo containers on it. So for some reason it's saying no materials, which is weird. But some of you guys are probably wondering why I'm making this thing so friggin' big. Oh, there we go. Almost 3.5 million. Yeah, there you go. Because this is going to be for a bit further in the game, like just after we capture our first few resource zones. Because, I mean, early in the game, we're not going to need very much regards of, like, resource transport. So these are not going to necessarily be needed during, like, the early parts of the game. Especially where we haven't, like, explored a lot of the map, but these will come in handy roughly around early to mid game, where we have a few resource zones captured, so that way, like, these things will be needed. And one other thing I mentioned too, I might make resource transfer stations, like just little resource containment points between each resource zone, so that way all the resources that we need will get piped in from one another, and this cargo ship here wouldn't have to travel as far to get to a resource zone. Because, like, say if there's like an enemy fleet coming up on us, then we're going to want to make sure that that cargo ship leaves and comes back before we get potentially attacked. Because the last thing that we want is for us to get attacked with our cargo ship still being away and being low on resources. resources. Yeah, that wouldn't exactly be considered a fun time. That also reminds me too, I'm going to need to keep an eye on the resource amounts of each of the aircraft to make sure that they're all properly fueled up and stuff. Des, why? Why did you have to remove the centralized resource? It made this process annoying. And another reason why I'm making this so big, because like I want this to hold enough resources to basically hold us over until we get the next cargo ship, because I don't want to make this too small because it won't be able to hold as much resources, because the last thing that we want is to be short on resources. There's one thing I know for certain, that will not be fun at all. Now, I don't know how many of these big ones I'm going to need. Yes, I am going to be using the big ones. It seems a little bit excessive, but given what this is, using these big ones wouldn't exactly be a bad idea. At least I hope it wouldn't. Okay, I think I'll try 2 for now and see how well... Oh, I'd say 4, because there's 2 on either side. Duh. And see how well that works. And I placed these in the spots where I did, so I can place some armor in front of them. And like I said, I am going to be using RTGs, but the propulsion method I have in mind may be a little bit unconventional. And I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm probably going to make these things bigger too, because this looks a little bit disproportionate. How about this? Data blade spinners. I know it's weird, it's unorthodox, but I have tried doing something like this before, and this does move. I just have to get these set up correctly so that these things actually do have force on them, because currently right now they do not. And I also need to... Oh, I think that... Did that just start to move? God damn it, I think it's going backwards. Now it's going forwards. Slowly, but it is moving. Guys, I just remembered something. Data blade spinners don't require any engine power, do they? That means I'm putting these in for no reason. Hold on. I think this is looking a little bit better. So I might move these sections in a little bit, because right now this is honestly looking a little bit wide to me. But this isn't looking too bad so far. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Though I am going to need to do a lot more work on this. This is very much just a rough work in progress. But that's gonna do it this time, guys. So, right the like button for the depths if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, ring a bell if you guys want to see more stuff like this. And I see you in the next one. Later, guys. Next time now we'll be continuing working on this type of airship looking thing. And I'm curious just to see how much this costs so far. That's it. Just under 44,500 materials. And this name is very much work in progress too. Because just the name cargo carrier just seems a little bit bland to me. I want to come with something different. And if I must be honest, like a 1 episode worth of work on this, it's not bad. I mean, it's still very much a rough draft and just a flat basic idea of what I want to do. But I mean, it's something. It's something. It's not very much, but something.